Nowadays, many people are converted to be content creators and they are wondering what tool they should use in order to track the progress of their projects. So in this video, I'm going to share the exact method that I am using to track the progress of my books and courses. And I will also share with you the same templates. Just go to the description box and you will find the link. Click on it and you can download the templates. But before we start the real demonstration, I'd like to highlight the importance of creating a plan for your projects. Even though they are small projects, they should have a plan. If your project is just 1 month or 2 months or 6 months, having a plan is so important, and I will show you why. So first of all, tracking the progress is so important to understand the timeline of your project and get some actual data from the progress that you are doing. So for example, if your progress per week is just 5%, you will know that for 4 weeks, your progress is just 20%. If this progress is not satisfactory for you, then you need to add more resources or you find other solutions. So at least you have some factual data about your progress, and that will help you take better decisions. This is number one. Keep it in mind. Tracking progress helps taking decisions. And now, once you have all this data and all the information, you can use it to communicate better. For instance, if you have a team working with you on the project, the team at some point of time, if you don't have any planning, they can feel bored or their commitment to the project will be low. They might also thinking that this project is endless and they don't know when the project will finish. So if you have a plan, your team will know exactly that the project duration will be a couple of months, for example, 3 months or 4 months. And not only that, communicating better is just a part. The second part is that you are creating a sense of urgency as well. For example, if you have a tight deadline, if you are not tracking the progress, the project could remain for months and months without any precise end date. So you are not creating a sense of urgency with your team or with yourself, and this is too bad from the project management point of view. So listen, the planning will help you create a sense of urgency. That's very important. You need to keep pushing yourself and your team to achieve the goal. And if the goal is not achievable, then you have to move on the target deadline to another achievable date, and you keep tracking the progress until you achieve the goals. Now we learned the importance of tracking the progress. Let's deep dive into the demonstration of the templates which I'm using.
So this is the template which I am using. Actually, the template is splitted in 2 parts. The first sheet is the dashboard, and the other sheets are related to the detailed planning for each course or book. So let's start with the dashboard. The dashboard is composed in the products in the left sides and the timeline here on each of these columns. So for example, this is the product that I am currently working on. It's a Udemy course. We can, for the sake of the template, make it as Udemy course. Also here, Udemy course. This is gonna be the French version of my course. This is a Scrum cheat sheet which I'm working on as a co-authoring with another author. It's a book, so you can put here a book name, and here each project is going to have different sections. For example, for this course, we have developed the content before, and we have done the voiceover. And the voiceover, like we see here, SA, S for Sabrina, which is taking care of the voiceover. and A is for Adam to clean the voiceover. And for the production, for example, we have Wasim here and Marwa for reviewing the production. And finally, here is the marketing, which consists of publishing the product, creating the content around it, etc. So it's kind of tasks within the project itself. And this could remind you with something, right? It's the Gantt chart. So here we have a very simplified version of a Gantt chart. And you can see the same for the Udemy course. We have this empty because it's still kind of 3 months from now. This is in orange because it's the current month now at the time of recording this video. And nobody is assigned to this production of this course yet. But later this month or next month, we will assign someone to the production and marketing. Same for book name for this book and this book as well. For example, this book is the design is not really a huge part of the book. So we have just 2 elements. The design is considered as a part of the marketing. You can add more details or you can reduce the details based on your specific product. And this will give you kind of overview of what concurrent projects you have at a time. And you can also add some details. For example, here I would like to add some, for example, comments and status, maybe having them in 2 lines since we have the space. If you'd like to add a new line, press on Alt and Enter. Now, if you add another producer here, for example, Jasmine will be working here, then you can see that it exceeds the line. So you just come to this place where you have these 2 vertical lines and double click. You see that it adjusts automatically to the space you have. Same thing if someone is removed from the team, you come on here and double click and the line is adjusted as well. So moving on to the details now, we are moving to the following of each of the products. For example, we have this course name, which is composed of an intro and the 25 videos. So we have defined the number of working days for each of the production of these videos and the end date, which could be the planned date if the video is not already completed. For example, this one is the planned date, but for the completed ones, the end date is the real end date. And the status could reflect the status of each video. For example, these videos are done, this is in progress, so it's 90%. This is 90%, but it could have other percentage as well, like 80% or 50% or whatever. For these one are not started yet. This column has the comments. For example, this video took more than 4 days because they finished the last video on 15th and they stayed kind of 7 days or 8 days if we remove the weekends. But this delay, we have mentioned 4 days to work on the video. And here we added a comment saying that Adam is working on a YouTube editing. That's why he spent more time to finish this kind of video. Same here, we have expected 4 days for to finish this one, but he will only finish it on 17th this month because Adam on a vacation for 12 days. So all these things that you should keep in consideration. And if you have such a delay, over time you keep updating the end date with your team to come up with a realistic planning. And this is depending on your strategy actually, because if you have a deadline and you'd like to finish the product at a specific date, for example, here is 10th of November is the end date. Sometimes we tolerate to be delivering after this date, and sometimes we should take some actions to deliver on this date. We should not go have a big delay. For example, here is we are on track for first milestone. This is also we are off track. But here we are thinking that we should no longer be off track, and we have a plan for it. For example, we have two people here working on the course. We have Adam and Jasmine. So we are thinking to talk to a third person. For example, here, talking to Sabrina to add it to the group, for example. And this way we have more time to Adam to finish maybe on 31st, and maybe he could take one of these videos or these two videos, and we can complete the course on time. So this is kind of actions that you can only take if you have more insights about your project. And if you are not doing such a planning, you don't know that you need more resources or you need to take off some resources to other projects. Likewise, this is the book planning. I have just put an empty template for you to use, but the same principle applies for the book. Instead of having course names here, you can have the chapter names or the sections name within the chapters. For this example, we have 10 chapters. And for each chapter, we have something between 2 to 6 sections. For the chapter or for the books, there is some kind of difference between the course because I usually start with the outlining. So my first step is to outline the whole book. Then I start working on each of the sections. And depending on your strategy, you can say that the outline is 20% of the whole book, and you will consider or you will finish all the outline of all the sections, and this will be all 20%. Or you can make it as a separate project to do the outline of the book, and then you move on to the second phase of the project, which is the full development of the content. The advantage of this way is that if you are defining the outline, the scope of the project will be much more clear, and you can get support as well to develop the remaining content with either the AI tools, which are more reliable than ever before. And also you can get some ghostwriters that could help you developing the content as well. So for example, this is a, let's say, long-term project. It's supposed to stay for 10 months, starting in October and finishing in later next summer. So it's 10% progress each month. For example, I made an actual progress of 5%. This actual progress is the average of all the previous steps. I double click here, you can see the formula, actually 45. And let me double check this as well. So this is fixed 27%. Okay, 27. And actually we have a 4% actual progress, not 5%. So this is the way I am using. Either you are achieving the goal or you are on track. For this case, I would say that I'm on track because today is 15th. If you are not going to achieve the goal of the month, you are off pace, but you can decide whether you have a plan or not. If you have a plan, you put this yellow or orange color. If you are not having a plan, then you put the red one, and you should think deeply what should be your next step. So I put this template as it is in the description box. You will find the article or the direct link for this template, and hopefully that template helps you understand better how I am managing and could help you in managing your projects as well. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.